You have the power to heal your life. There is a quiet truth that most people discover only after years of struggle. The way you think about yourself shapes the way your life unfolds. Your inner world is not separate from your outer world. Every belief you hold, every sentence you repeat in your mind, slowly becomes the foundation of your reality. When those thoughts are filled with fear, criticism, or guilt, life begins to feel heavy. But when those same thoughts are softened with kindness and understanding, something remarkable begins to change. Healing does not always begin with big actions. More often, it begins with a small shift in awareness. The moment you notice how often you are being unkind to yourself is the moment change becomes possible. Many people move through life carrying invisible emotional wounds, repeating old stories about not being enough, not being worthy, or not being lovable. These thoughts do not appear suddenly. They are learned over time. But anything that is learned can also be unlearned. You are not stuck with the thoughts you inherited from your past. You are allowed to choose new ones. When you begin to observe your inner dialogue, you may notice how often it leans toward self-judgment. You may realize that you speak to yourself in ways you would never speak to someone you love. This awareness is not something to judge, it is something to gently understand. Because once you see it clearly, you can begin to change it. Change does not require force. It requires patience. Instead of fighting your thoughts, you can begin guiding them. You can replace "I am not good enough" with "I am learning and growing every day." You can replace "I always fail" with "I am gaining experience through every attempt." These small shifts may seem simple, but they carry the power to reshape your emotional reality over time. One of the deepest teachings of self-healing is this: your words matter. The sentences you repeat about yourself become the atmosphere you. If your inner world is filled with constant criticism, life will feel like a place of pressure. But if your inner world is softened with encouragement, life slowly begins to feel safer. Forgiveness is another powerful step in this journey. Many people carry emotional weight from the past. Things they regret, people who hurt them, moments they wish had been different. Holding on to this pain often feels like protection, but in reality, it keeps the heart locked in the past. Forgiveness is not about saying what happened was acceptable. It is about choosing to release the burden so your heart can breathe again. When you forgive, you are not freeing others. You are freeing yourself. And sometimes the hardest forgiveness is toward yourself. You may carry guilt for decisions you made when you didn't know better. You may judge yourself for not being stronger, smarter, or braver at certain moments in life. But growth always comes with imperfection. You were learning, even in your mistakes. You were evolving, even in your confusion. And you still are. Life does not demand perfection from you. It only asks for willingness. Willingness to try again. Willingness to see yourself differently. Willingness to believe that your story is not finished. Your body also responds deeply to your thoughts. Emotional stress does not stay in the mind, it often expresses itself physically. Tension, fatigue, and discomfort can sometimes be linked to long-term emotional pressure. This is why peace of mind is not just a mental goal. It is a form of self-care for your entire being. When your thoughts soften, your body often follows. Imagine speaking to yourself with the same patience you would offer a child learning something new. There would be no harshness, no impatience, only encouragement. That is the relationship you are allowed to build with yourself. As you continue on this path, you may notice resistance. Old thoughts do not disappear instantly. They return out of habit. But you do not need to obey them. You can observe them and choose differently. Every time you choose a kinder thought, you are creating a new pathway in your mind. And slowly, those pathways become your new normal. You begin to realize that you are not powerless. You are not trapped in your past. You are not defined by your mistakes. You are a living, changing being with the ability to grow in every moment. Even now, in this moment, something inside you is shifting. Not because everything outside has changed, but because you are beginning to see yourself differently. And that is where transformation truly begins. You stop nurturing your own. Those words stayed with Sarah. That evening, she returned home and spent hours thinking about what the woman had said. For the first time, she realized that her biggest obstacle was not a lack of talent, opportunity, or intelligence. Her biggest obstacle was distraction. She was so focused on other people's lives that she had forgotten to build her own. The next morning, Sarah made a decision. She would stop competing with everyone else and start competing with the person she was yesterday. She created a simple plan. Every day, she would learn something new, improve one skill, read a few pages of a book, exercise for a short time, and work toward her goals without worrying about what others were doing. At first, the progress was slow. She wanted immediate results. but she reminded herself that growth takes time. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Little by little, she noticed changes. She felt more confident. Her thoughts became more positive. She spent less time scrolling through social media, and more time investing in herself. Whenever she felt tempted to compare herself with others, she remembered the trees in the park. She reminded herself that everyone has a different timeline. As the months passed, Sarah developed valuable skills that helped her advance in her career. She became more disciplined and focused. People around her began noticing the changes. Friends who once seemed far ahead now asked her for advice and motivation. The most surprising thing was that her happiness no longer depended on other people's success or failure. She had discovered something far more powerful: self-respect. She learned that focusing on yourself is not selfish. It is necessary. You cannot build a strong future if your attention is constantly directed toward someone else's life. You cannot reach your destination if you spend all your time watching others walk their paths. Your journey is unique, and your timeline is different from everyone else's. Stop measuring your life against the lives of others. Instead, measure your progress against the person you were yesterday. Spend your energy learning, growing, and becoming stronger. Build habits that support your dreams. Protect your peace of mind. Choose progress over perfection. Celebrate small victories, because they eventually become great achievements. Remember that success is not created in a single day. It is built through daily effort, patience, and persistence. Every positive choice you make today is an investment in the future version of yourself. The world will always have opinions about how you should live your life. Some people will doubt you. Some people will criticize you. Some people will underestimate you. Let them. Their opinions do not define your future. Your actions do. Focus on your goals when nobody believes in you. Focus on your growth when nobody notices your effort. Focus on your dreams when obstacles appear in your path. Keep moving forward, even when progress feels slow. One day, you will wake up and realize that all those small efforts were not small at all. They were building the life you wanted. They were shaping the person you were meant to become. Never forget this. The relationship you have with yourself is the foundation of everything else in life. When you invest in yourself, you improve every area of your future. Your confidence grows. Your skills improve. Your opportunities increase. Your mindset becomes stronger. So stop looking left and right. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Stay focused on your own story. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep believing. Your future is not determined by how fast someone else succeeds. It is determined by how consistently you work on yourself. Focus on yourself. Trust the process, and never stop becoming the person you are capable of being. The best version of your life is waiting for you. Your thoughts are shaping your life every single day. When you begin to choose kindness toward yourself, everything slowly starts to shift. Healing does not always come from changing the outside world. It often begins by changing the way you speak to yourself. You are worthy of peace, love, and a life that feels gentle and safe. Let go of the belief that you are not enough. You have always been enough, even in your weakest moments. The past does not define your future unless you keep holding on to it. Every new thought you plant today becomes the foundation of tomorrow. Choose thoughts that support your growth, not your fear. Forgiveness is not about forgetting what happened. It is about freeing your heart from pain. When you release anger and resentment, you make space for peace to enter. Your emotional healing begins the moment you decide that your happiness matters more than your hurt. Your body listens to your mind. When you fill your thoughts with stress and self-criticism, your energy becomes heavy. But when you speak words of love and encouragement to yourself, your whole life starts to feel lighter. Healing is a daily practice of choosing better thoughts. You are allowed to start again, as many times as you need. Life is not punishing you. It is guiding you. Every challenge carries a lesson, and every lesson carries strength. Trust your journey, even when you cannot see the full path ahead. Your journey is unique, and your timeline is different from everyone else's. Stop measuring your life against the lives of others. Instead, measure your progress against the person you were yesterday. Spend your energy learning, growing, and becoming stronger. Build habits that support your dreams. Protect your peace of mind. Choose progress over perfection. Celebrate small victories, because they eventually become great achievements. Remember that success is not created in a single day. It is built through daily effort, patience, and persistence. Every positive choice you make today is an investment in the future version of yourself. The world will always have opinions about how you should live your life. Some people will doubt you. Some people will criticize you. Some people will underestimate you. Let them. Their opinions do not define your future. Your actions do. Focus on your goals when nobody believes in you.